Just beyond the foggy northern edge of the Murrow Forest lies the Cimmerian village of Gorram, where the whimpered cries of a newborn infant could be heard coming from inside one of the bothans. The cry was that of a newborn boy named Killean. The harsh wetness of that year's spring rainfall made life and survival for any infant particularly harsh, as if the unforgiving Cimmerian lands weren't already. Killean almost didn't survive his first year after birth, suffering from the affliction of a nasty lung infection. Maybe it was the will of Gorram himself, or perhaps just plain old luck was on his side. Maybe a bit of both, but Killean would go on to become a healthy member and hunter of the Gorram clan. The years passed and Killean was raised like most other Cimmerian children, taught to respect tradition, never to be enslaved or imprisoned, stay true to his word and take only what's needed. Over time, Killean's father had taught him the ways of hunting and trapping within the harsh Cimmerian interiors, how to stalk, track, navigate, and most of all, be patient. Killean's skills were honed and improved over the years, becoming a respected hunter for the clan. The time would come where Killean underwent the ritual of adulthood and invited to join his father in arms when support was called upon by Clan Canach, who were involved in skirmishes against Clan Murrow. Plenty of infighting to go around. Eventually, when believed to be hardened and experienced enough, Killean would join his father on a trade journey. They would venture just north to the Conan Valley, inhabited and settled by Clan Cruad. This would take place a number of times over the years, and every so often Killean would witness foreign men who also were dealing with trades. Intrigued with the trade and the rare sight of outsiders and stories murmured amongst the meetings, curiosity begins to lead Killean's mind of what lays beyond Cimmeria. The ever-growing conflict between allied Clan Canach and Clan Murrow intensified, which in turn became a burden on the way of life for Gorram and its people. Being called on more frequently for support in patrols, hunts, raids, and the like, Killean would inevitably decide to, at some point, leave Cimmeria in search of new lands, people, culture, and the days of high adventure. Killean cracked his slumbered eyes open and rubbed the sleep away when the wailing sobs of his mother, while being consoled by a group of men, woke him up. A raid the night before had taken place, and although Killean's aging father was asked to stay at the village, he decided to join the party. He was a battle-hardened Cimmerian after all. As the raid party returned that morning, they brought back the bodies of slain men, Killean's father being amongst them. Killean's mother would soon follow, passing away from a broken heart. This event had solidified Killean's plans for leaving, and it was decided that, on the evening of the 31st of October, Killean would leave while the village was occupied with the festivities of Samhain. Drinking contests, friendly boasting, tall stories, games of chance, do or dare, and so forth. These were the activities taking place as Killean packed his rucksack. Cloak and bone brooch, hunting tools such as snares, bone fishing hooks and fishing line, flint, steel and tinder, a water skin, and lastly, a torquay left to him by his mother and father were some of the items packed. As the drink and festivities took place, Killean would slip out of the village's boundaries on his way to high adventure. It's at this point, after what felt like a month of travel, Killean had just made his way past the southern border of Cimmeria, leading into Aquilonia. He decided to rest near a peaceful-looking area along the Alimani River for a rest. Killean would awaken, but not to the peaceful scenery and the babbling stream of the river, of which he drifted off to sleep by. But to his dismay, intense heat and a sea of sand stretching as far as he could see. Was this a nightmare or some fever dream? What was this bracelet seemingly locked to his forearm? It soon became apparent that wherever he wasn't dreaming. The reality of the situation set in, and it was at this point Killean's dreams of fantastical lands, culture and adventure had possibly become more than he bargained for. With most of his possessions still with him, he set off north to seek answers and shelter in these exile